Hello, my Tubies, my Teletubbies, Sheila Truelove, and I am just here um, sharing another video with you. And I haven't even decided what I'm going to name this, but anyway, let's listen in. Yeah.
Would like for Tedrick to get a job and keep a job.
I haven't found nothing that I really wanted to start a career with.
He doesn't think about the consequences of that. Bills are still due. We're having intimacy issues because a man that can't provide for his family or doesn't take that seriously is a turnoff, and it just doesn't make you want to do anything.
I want the judge to let her know that she needs to be a better wife towards her husband.
I don't.
Oh, please. He's not no husband. He can't keep a job. I mean, do you think your vajayjay could stay wet for something like him? He can't keep a job. It's putting a lot of strain and pressure on her. The last thing she's thinking about is trying to be sexual. I'm sorry, my vajayjay will not stay wet for something like you. And he's talking about I want the judge to tell her to be a better wife. Wait until you listen to this nonsense. He ain't no husband. He's what you call a bum. That's what he is, Tubies. A straight up bum.
I think he thinks that I would leave him, but I would. I'm getting to the point where I'm tired. I can't do it all.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Ariel Daughtry and Tadrick Daughtry. The two of you have been together for 4 years, married for 9 months. You have one 9-month-old at home, and you are in trouble already. So you have come here to ask me my advice to get things back on track. Ms. Daughtry, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why you're here in divorce court today?
Judge Toller, I'm here today, hopefully to get my marriage on track.
Yeah?
And we've just had a crisis of him not being able to keep a job and support our family. So it's getting to the point I can't do it by myself, and I need help, and I need him to step up.
Did he have a job when you married him?
Off and on.
Off and on.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good sign.
No.
Did you vet him at all when you met him?
No.
Did you, hey, what's your plans, my man? What you gonna do? What's your bank account look like? What's your credit score? Did you do any of that?
No.
What's he doing now? Tell me some of the ways in which he is failing to secure your union.
Well, for example, just recently, he wanted to use my car because there was a job that he was going to. And I told him, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, go ahead. This is a job. Do it. And I let him use my car. He brought back my car on E, and I had to go to work the next day, and he knew I had to go to work. So it really made me upset. And not only that, he used my credit card for 98 cents to buy a 12-pack of chicken, and it was just really unthoughtful.
Did he get a job?
Yeah, he worked that job.
He did work that job?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Daughtry, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. All righty. I understand you're an aspiring rapper.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You seem...
And that's another thing that pissed me off. These big, dumb looking dudes talking about they want to be a rapper. Well, you want to be a rapper, idiot, then stay single. Get your career or whatever your dream, get that in order. Make sure you're successful at it before you go putting yourself up in women's faces. Stay single, you stupid fool. This just reminds me of slavery when they had to take the whips to beat these black men on their back to make them work. I think we need to go back to that. I do. They need to start cracking the whip again against their backs. Get their dirty behinds out there and get a damn job, you stupid. Oh man, I'm ready to get ready to be real derogatory. Bring back the slave ships and put them on it and get them whips back on their back.
Have difficulty
Stupid.
maintaining employment. Did I get that wrong?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me your philosophy about work and economics in the home.
As far as me with a job,
Yeah.
I just been working staffing jobs, just temporary jobs for right now. Really haven't found nothing that a career job yet. Kind of hard right now.
Why?
The issues back in the past with misdemeanors that I have.
Uh-huh.
So as far as like getting a good job, yeah, it's harder to get into.
Well, how about a regular job that you can get and stay on it for a while, and as they begin to trust you, and you can work your way up and through?
Now, I know somebody who was incarcerated also, and he knew while he was in jail, he had time to think. So it may be hard for people to get employment when they come out of jail. We understand that. So what he did was he opened up his own cleaning and janitorial business. You know, it may be hard for you to get out there and get a job, but what's the problem with creating a job? A cleaning janitorial company that he has of his own now, and he's doing very well. I know a female who she started her own cleaning business too. She lives in Manhattan, and Manhattan is very expensive, and she's doing very well.
Into something better. Have you gone that route at all?
Oh yes, ma'am. I just recently started working. Been there for three weeks,
Wow.
and and I'm starting to get some type of payments coming in, checks.
You say that when he gets tired of going a job, he'll just walk off. He had a job making good money cleaning up in Houston, I believe. Why don't you tell me about that and what happened to that job?
Yes, so as you know, there was a hurricane that happened in Houston, and then there were companies looking for people to help clean up after the hurricane. So they were paying really well. And he worked for like a week and made a decent amount of money. And then rent was due. He went out and bought a PlayStation instead of, helping us pay rent. So therefore, like, my mom had to pick up the slack when I had.
Did you buy a gaming system as opposed to kicking in on rent?
Well, my check was big enough to go half on the rent. I really didn't have a lot of money to pay all the rent. She don't let me go out to try to go get a haircut or do my music career or do nothing. She don't want me to do nothing without her.
What do you mean she doesn't let you go out? And what does that have to do with buying a game system as opposed to paying rent?
I mean, this is just a big old dummy. She don't let me, but he's supposed to be the man. She don't let me go out. Yeah, I mean, what? He's talking about he wants to use her car to drive all around town, trying to be a rapper. Oh my God, I just can't stand it. Oh, that's something you do as a hobby, okay? And if he wants a car and need a car, he should get more. First of all, stop walking off of jobs, and he could get a second job. If he's so bored with sitting around the house and don't have anything to do, get another job. Make some money, you idiot.
I have no problem paying the rent. It's just.
But you didn't. Is that right?
Yeah, I bought the PlayStation for as me having something to do at home instead of being bored on my off days or the days I didn't work. I had something to do instead of sitting at home not doing nothing.
Why don't you get another job?
Thank you, Holla.
I could have got another job, but I couldn't. If I would have got another job, I wouldn't be able to do my music career because it would have went towards something else that she decided.
Oh, shut up. It would have went towards something else that she decided. Yeah, it's called paying bills. Oh my God, I'm losing it. I can't take it. But then I couldn't be a rapper, me, big doofball. Calling women bitches and hoes.
He trying to be more controlling.
Miss Daughtry, why don't you tell me, your mother had to move in. Tell me why.
After I had my son, I got really sick. I was in the hospital. And then once I was released from the hospital, I suffered from postpartum depression. So I couldn't work. I couldn't get out the bed. I was mentally, emotionally, physically unable to do anything. And I turned to my husband looking for help, like, help me do something. And he did nothing. And I had no choice but to turn back to my mom. We were going to be homeless. We needed somewhere to live. And I relied on my mom.
So what happened?
You see what I'm saying? When I tell you, watch how you treat your parents, especially your mother. You have a lot of females out here who are calling their moms a narcissist or bitchs, she's a MFer and all the above. You never know what may happen to you in life. where you may need that very narcissistic, whatever you claim to call her. You never know what God may do to cause you to need your parent. So you got to always leave it on good terms. Man, when my mother was alive, honey, please. I treated my mother like almost, I'm not going to say a god, but close to it.
When your wife didn't work, did that happen that way, or do you have another story for me?
When she wasn't working, I was there supporting her, you know, at the hospital with her and stuff like that. At the time of being, I was still working a staffing job, looking for a real job, but it was like off and on. But at the time, I was doing the best that I can, and being by her side, you know, right then and there.
Oh, shut up, you stupid fool. You could have helped her out more. No, don't come to the hospital as much. Just get another job. Help me out like that. So when I come out of the hospital, I'll have a roof over my head. You know, a place for me and our child to live. Or I was there at the hospital. I was by her side. You're doing everything but what you really need to do. So I'm ready to take a bat. Woo, it feels so good to vent.
That you can get 3-4 fast food jobs. You know what I mean? Just go from one to another to another to another. Because nothing make a woman more depressed than not having something to, you know, having stability. You came up light, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. I know that your mother is living at your house with you, so I know she has a bird's eye view on this tragedy. So
check that out. The mom had to move in to their house so she could take care of her daughter because this so-called supposed to be a man, her husband. Like I said, this ain't no husband. This ain't even a man. This is a bum.
I'm going to bring her out and talk to her next and see what she has to say about this situation. Have had to move your mother in to help you out, so I'm going to have her join us here today and get her opinion about what's going on while she's coming out here. Do you have any other concerns, financial areas, or things that you feel he hasn't been supportive in? Do you have any stories to tell me?
Like I was telling you about the Popeye story, that's a thing that happens consistently, like with other things, like the money that he just blows and buys things that are not necessarily important. Like when, you know, our son needs diapers and wipes, he'll look for a family member to go and buy that rather than going out and hustling and buying that as a father. And I feel like that's important to do.
Do you call family members to help you take care of your own baby as opposed to getting out there and hustling and getting some money together?
Well, my mom help out, you know.
Oh, look at this. My mom help out. She got to help me buy my Pampers for my kids and some milk and some Similac and we're supposed to sit here and look at you with respect. And you wonder why our sex life is dried up. Oh my God, this is too much for me. Tubies, help me, please help me. Woo!
Yeah, sometimes, but as far as that, when I get paid, I will buy Pampers and support my son, whatever he need. I will pay for that.
Don't you feel at all concerned, or don't you feel a little like, I'm looking a little light out here, I'm looking kind of trifling? You don't seem to...
Don't you feel like you're looking... I'm looking a little trifling right about now. Oh my God, somebody please help me.
Have any sense of shame about you?
Well, you know, it's like, I feel like I was like forced into marriage, and I can also feel like, you know...
Of course.
Well, you have to explain that. Why do you feel forced into marriage?
You know, I never proposed. You know, it was her idea, wanting to get married and stuff like that. And
wow.
On top of that, you know, when we got together, I got to do everything her way or do it the way she want me to do it to make her happy.
Now, that's one thing that also I find very disturbing. When you have dudes talking about, well, all she does is nag, nag, nag. You know what they call nagging? When the woman says, I don't think that I think it's important for you to work, for you to have a job. Okay? Do you think maybe you could take out the garbage? I'm doing everything else in the house. So maybe you think you could take out the garbage before you go to bed, honey? Uh what they want is they want a woman who is going to pay their bills. They want to sit up there and play PlayStation all day. They want to lay up on their behind. They want to sit in front of the goddamn idiot box all day. And then when you're not happy with that, and the woman is having a nervous breakdown, and then she finally have to bring these things to his attention, he's ready to say, all you do is nag. How dare you want me to work? How dare you want me to help around? How dare you interrupt me with playing my PlayStation? Oh, baby, please. Child, please.
So it's new.
Like what? What does she want to do her way that you can't do your way?
Like far as getting a job and doing other stuff, because I was into my music career, chasing my dreams, song on the radio and stuff.
Chasing your dream. I'm in my music career. You don't have no music career. Okay, idiot? I don't know what planet you living on or what delusion. You're not no rapper. You're never going to be a rapper. I mean, I wouldn't say that to him, though. I wouldn't say that. But that's something you do as a hobby. Okay, like I said, she wouldn't let me play. So, she got in the way of my dreams. I'm trying to chase my dreams. That's why you stay single, sweetheart. You don't go around making babies. Stay single.
That
Were you supporting yourself when you met her?
Yes, ma'am. I was supporting myself when I met her.
But now you're letting her support you.
At the time, I was doing my music career. She didn't want me to do it no more, so it was just.
So you stopped?
I ain't had transportation at the time, so it was just her or my music.
Yeah. Mrs. Gant, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you coming to my courtroom. I want to get your opinion on their union.
Well, I'm concerned that Tedrick works not consistently. He doesn't work very consistently. He works. When I first moved in, he was working. I understand it was a pretty difficult job, hot job, and it seems as soon as I moved in, something happened to that job.
Yeah.
And my understanding, my communication with my daughter and him was that I'll be there to help you all out with the baby as long as both of y'all out there working. I'll help take care of the baby. I'll take care of the baby.
Is he an engaged father? When he's home, does he deal with his son and is a primary parenting figure in his life?
He does deal with him. He does seems to be a father that cares about his son, but then at times he will give a lot of attention to his video games rather than that kind of concerns me. I'm also concerned that that he be a good parent, the best parent he can be. It's all right to be with him sometimes. You can be the best parent you can be.
I got
And I tell them both that you have to make sacrifices for your children.
Right.
And one of being a good parent is also supporting your child.
Right. Economically.
And I agree with that 100%. There were so many times when I wanted to spend my money instead of paying for babysitters. And the babysitters, even back then, it was like $150 per child. And I had 2 children, a son and a daughter. So the babysitter gave me a break. I was paying her $200 a week. Plus I had my rent. Plus I had taken care of my kids. And there were so many times when I wanted to go out someplace and so many times that I wanted to just buy things for myself. Clothes, my hair, my nails. But no, you do have to make sacrifices for your children. You don't sit up here and instead of paying your rent, you're going around here buying PlayStations and hanging out in the club and all of these things. Where I live, I'm not the type that I will jump around from here to there every 2 years, every 3 years, you see people moving. Oh, no. Where I live now, I've been here, 14 years. When I was in the Bronx, where I was with my children, we were there for 13, 14 years. That's how long I stay in places. My children were never homeless or without food or clothes. You do make sacrifices.
He said you forced him into marriage and you looked aghast. Why don't you tell me how you saw your union and why you were so surprised when he said that?
Because that's not the truth. So he has asked me to marry him, and I actually didn't marry him until after we had our son, because I wanted our family together. But he's asked me to marry him like 2 years ago when he bought me my ring.
Did you sense any hesitation? Did you sense that he wasn't down for it? Did was he dragging his feet? Was he hemming and hawing a little bit? Did you see any of this coming?
No.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh, Mama said, uh-oh.
Well, I sense that Mama sees something else, so we're going to take a minute here and we're going to find out what Mama saw. There was hesitancy in Mr. Daughtry. Is that true? Or at least your face said that. I don't know if you were ready to speak it, but I'm going to ask you to.
I had to test in both of them. She wasn't in a big hurry to get married. I think she wanted to be with him, but she wasn't in a big hurry to marry him. I think she saw that he was pretty irresponsible. They were together for a few years before they got married, and he didn't work consistently then. And they even lived off and on together. He wasn't working consistently. So I think he pretty much...
So it should be no surprise to
know that he wasn't going to do that.
Ms. Daughtry, I'm going to ask you something. My understanding is you have decided to meet this problem in an interesting way. You said no job, no sex. And the more you work, the more you get. Is that true?
I think that's very stupid.
I just feel like he doesn't deserve it. Like, why should I have to work, clean, cook, take care of the baby, and then have sex with him? That's like he's having the life. Yeah. What do I get? Like,
did you hear that, Mr. Daughtry?
Yes.
Yeah, but you think he cares about that? Men these days don't care, honey. They have Tinder, they have Grindr, they have Lumen, they have Black People Meet, they have lounges, they have all these crack hoes out here. Men, you can't punish no dude that way. Not these days. Because that's okay. You're not going to have sex. Hey. And he feels like he can justify his cheating now. Well, she refused to have sex with me. And then she'll say because you refuse to keep a job, you refuse to be a responsible parent and a man. But guess what? Everybody's going to side with him. Because, well, honey, if you're not giving it out or you're not putting it out, he's going to get it from somewhere. Everybody's going to side with him.
She's doing everything and you're doing nothing. Do you all feel like that?
Well, she doesn't cook.
Do you?
Well, I cook. She try to cook sometimes, but mostly, it would be me cooking.
Since you're not working, don't you think that's something you should be doing?
But I be working, but it be like off and on. But I help out the best I can. Whatever my check is, I give it to her, and she use that to pay bills, whatever she want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So I help out and support the best that I can.
Yeah, but his best is not working, honey. It's not contributing. You know what I'm saying? He sits up here and he'll work a job, maybe getting $150 a week, $150 a week, and then he might be getting paid bi-weekly when they finish taking the tax out of it. I mean, that's hardly nothing. Now, like I said, if she kicks him out, which she should do, watch how much money he's going to have to come out of pocket to pay his own rent, to pay his own utilities. And if he wants cable and Wi-Fi, he's going to have to pay for that too. Not to mention he's going to have to buy his own food. How much money is he going to have to kick out a month for that? Yeah, she needs to school this sucker.
Can your baby eat the best that you can?
I support
myself. Is that digestible? The best that I can? Something happens and somebody needs something, and you're going to look over and say, did the best I could. Y'all on your own. That's what you're going to say?
Nah, well, it depends. If I'm not with her, then I can do what I need to do. But if I'm doing it her way, then it's just I got to do what I can. He
seems to be indicating in some off-the-wall way that you've got him imprisoned there and won't allow him to go out and make his music. Would you care to respond to that? The nature of his freedom?
Well, I don't tie him to the bed and, he's free to do as he pleases. But I feel like if he can't act right, then he can't, go out and he wants to go to the club and throw money. Like, that's a waste of money. That's not responsible. That's not what he needs to be doing. So, yeah, if he's going to go do that, then no, I'm not going to support that. And I don't think he does need to go out for that reason.
I understand what's going on. I wish I didn't, but I do. I have something to say to everybody. Mr. Daughtry, you are a sluggish, trifling individual. you are comfortable living off the work and the efforts of women while you play games and don't take care of your kid, and you say, well, they're not, these jobs that I can get aren't my passion, therefore I will not do them.
Well, if I work, I have to pay, my money go towards bills. So.
Yes! 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 Your money goes to, no, you're not entitled to anything, son. You're not entitled to do as you please or what you want or how you'd like to be. You are required to take care of your obligations. You don't want to be a man, don't make a baby. You don't want to be a man, don't get married.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody works for me. Everybody, he pays bills, I pay bills. She pays bills, she's paying bills. Why are you exempt? You pay your bills with the money that you make. You need to get this brother to encouraged.
Well,
He's trifling in no count, and he doesn't seem to see it as a problem. He seems to believe that he should enjoy his life. And however he's going to enjoy his life, if he's not going to have fun making money, he ain't gonna make no money. And he's got a chick at home, brought his mama in, mama paying half the rent. He's still in there gamboing and doing whatever. And you got you and you are parenting that child where our whole community is on its knees because of dudes like you.
thank you. Thank you. Now put him back on the slave boat and get those whips out, Massa. Where's Massa? We gotta crack the whips on these backs of these clowns. Back on the slave ship.
Ms. Daughtry, you cannot control anything until you control your fertility. You saw he was trifling at no count. You saw he was no job having somebody. You know how many video games he played, but you had stars in your eyes and you had a dream and you want to get married, then you got knocked up and then boom, 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 I'm going to get married. It doesn't make a man out of him. Don't help him at all. They install you in their house as the best appliance they got. A money-making, sex-having, baby-taking care of, buying me Game Boy, getting me studio time person, and you getting nothing in the bargain.
Thank you.
You better step. See, if I was your mother, Joe would be handcuffing me right now. Because I'd be over there whooping you on top of their head with the back of my shoe. Be a better man. Prove me wrong. I doubt that's going to happen, but work on it. This matter is adjourned.
Tell me you don't love her. Tell me you don't love her. You gotta love her. Look at the picture of trifling, a trifling dust mite. This is the picture of a loser. Like she said, you better be glad that I'm not your mother, because I'll be over there whipping you on the back of your head with my shoe. Joe would be having to lock me up. And these women, I know they say women have got to do better, but I'm trying to tell people, I'm trying to tell the world. This is what is out there. Like 90% of the dudes are trifling like this. You may have 10% that are worth something. That's the reason why you see so many females with these thugs, with these bums, with these dust mites, because that's the majority. And you have to keep in mind, a woman has a biological clock. So if she wants to have children and try to have a family, look at what she has to pick from and what she has to choose from. This is another reason why I'm telling my ebony sisters, honey, look, let me tell you something. Leave these trifling Negroes alone, honey. They belong right back in slavery, back on a slave ship somewhere. You got to start. Oh, I wish I could show you my Facebook. Maybe you could check out my playlist. I got all of these ebony women who are with Caucasian men. You have rotten in all races. Don't get it twisted. But you have more, like 90% of the Caucasian men or other races of men, whether Hispanic or whatever, 90% of them are decent. 10% are garbage, like what you see here. Trifling Negro belong on a slave ship. But with the Negroes, dudes, dust mites, 90% of them are horrid. They're horror stories, and they need the whip cracked back on their back so they could stand up and learn how to be a man, you know? We need Massa back. I'm disgusted. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love. I had a good laugh with some of this, so I'm not going to lie. But anyway, darling, Sheila True Love, truly loving you. Please do better. Don't forget to share this. Please do. I don't care what people have to say because it's the truth. Now, if you still care about what's right and what's wrong, and you give a damn about the truth, then you feel me. You feel me. Sheila True Love, the choice is always yours. Make wise decisions. Bye for now.